Mr. Wonka turned around and saw what Augustus Gloop was doing, he cried out, "Oh no, please, Augustus, please, I beg of you not to do that. My chocolate must be untouched by human hands."
Augustus called out to Mrs. Gloop. "Didn't you hear what the man said? Come away from the river at once."
"This stuff is fabulous," thought Augustus, taking not the slightest notice of his mother or Mr. Wonka.
"Augustus," cried Mr. Wonka, "you must come away. You're dirtying my chocolate."
But Augustus was deaf to everything except the call of his enormous stomach. He was now lying full length on the ground, with his fat far out over the river, lapping up the chocolate like a dog. "Be careful," Augustus shouted Mr. Gloop, "you're leaning too far out."
Mr. Gloop was right, for suddenly there was a shriek, and then a splash, and in the river went Augustus Gloop, and in 1 second he had disappeared under the brown surface.
"Save him!" screamed Mrs. Gloop, going white in the face.
Augustus Gloop's face came up again to the surface, painted brown with chocolate. "Help!" he yelled. "Fish me out!"
"Don't just stand there!" Mrs. Gloop screamed at Mrs. Gloop. "Do something!"
Mr. Gloop was taking off his jacket and getting ready to dive into the chocolate. But while he was doing this, the wretched boy was being sucked closer towards the mouth of one of the great pipes. Then the powerful suction took hold of him, and he was pulled under the surface and then into the mouth of the pipe.
The crowd on the river bank waited breathlessly to see where he would come out.
"There he goes!" somebody shouted, pointing upward.
And sure enough, because the pipe was made of glass, Augustus Gloop could be clearly seen shooting up inside it. "It's a wonder to me," said Mr. Gloop, "how our pipe is big enough for him to go through it."
"It isn't big enough," said Charlie Bucket. "Oh dear, look, he's slowing down. He has stuck."
"He's blocked the whole piper," said Grandpa Joy.
The watchers below could see the chocolate swishing around the boy in the pipe, and they could see it building up behind him in a solid mass, pushing against the blockage. The pressure was terrific. Woof! Up he shot again like a bullet in a barrel of a gun.
"He's disappeared!" yelled Mrs. Gloop. "What does the pipe go to? Quick!"
"Keep calm," cried Mr. Wonka. "My dear laddie, keep calm. There is no danger. He'll come out of you just fine. You wait and see. And I do promise you, madam, that your darling boy is perfectly safe."
"If he's perfectly safe, then where is he?" sniffed Mrs. Gloop. "Lead me to him this instant." Mr. Wonka turned around and clicked his fingers sharply. Immediately, Oompa Loompa appeared as if from nowhere and stood beside him. The Oompa Loompa bowed and smiled.
"Now listen to me," said Mr. Wonka, looking down at the tiny man. "I want you to take Mr. and Mrs. Gloop up to a fudge room and help them to find their son Augustus. He's just gone up the pipe."
As Mr. and Mrs. Gloop and their tiny escort hurried away, the 5 Oompa Loompas on the far side of the river suddenly began hopping and dancing about and beating wildly upon a number of very small drums. "Augustus Gloop!" they chanted. "Augustus Gloop! Augustus Gloop!"
"I told you they love singing," cried Mr. Wonka. "Aren't they delightful? Aren't they charming? But you mustn't believe a word they said. It's all nonsense, every bit of it."